Sometimes people say that size doesn't matter, but in this case it kind of does, because this e-bike behind me has a huge battery. If you thought I was going to say something else, you need to get your mind out of the gutter. What is going on, my beautiful raspy riders? Today we are going to be taking a look at the Victrip Titan S. This is going to be a folding e-bike with a very large 48 volt 60 amp hour battery pack. It's also going to be featuring a rear seat and a backrest so that you can ride with the passenger. But I think the star of the show is going to be this battery pack right here. Right now, at the filming of this video, this bike comes in at $1,499, but if you use my discount code, it'll drop the price by $50, making it $1,450. But before you do anything, we're gonna have to go over the specs, take it for a test ride, and see how it really performs on the road. And before we do that, you already know, we gotta jump to the unboxing. Yeah. Welcome to the Victrip Titan S unboxing. We got a decent amount of foam in here, but since the bike is folded, it seems like the tires is going to be protecting the frame. I already see 4 keys dangling. That means there's going to be keys to unlock your battery and probably a key switch to start the bike up. The goal is to always try to get to the keys first, because then we can remove our battery and start charging. And looky here, the battery is going to be super easy to pull out. Bam! This is such a fat battery. It says 48 volts, 60 amp hours, 2,880 watt hours. This is gonna give us some really good range. Now, where's our charger? There's one box of goodies and another box of goodies. Is this gonna be our charger? Yep, there it is. So this is a 4 amp charger. If our battery pack is 60 amp hours, divide that by 4 amps. It's going to take about 15 hours to charge from 0 to full. That's quite a long time, but since this is a big old battery, we're probably never going to charge it from 0 to full. I already have a feeling that most people with a 60 amp hour battery, they probably only ride it to like 50% charge, maybe even less. That's a lot of mileage you can get. So let's get this battery charging so we can start working on the bike. Okay, what's inside this box of goodies? We got the user manual, some tools, our pedals, and what is this? It is our headlight. Those look like some bright bulbs, and then some bolts, nuts, and washers. This is our seat. It is packaged like it's a mummy. Look at this thing. Ooh, that's a wide seat. I like that. And it's soft. Oh my gosh. I can't wait to put my butt on this. What is in this? Oh, I think it is our passenger backrest. So in terms of the assembly, I think all we have to do is put on the handlebars, the backrest, and the pedals. Oh, and the headlight. A lot of times with these foldable bikes, the assembly process is going to be a lot more easy. So I'm going to start working on this, and I'll catch you guys back at the review. Alright guys, welcome back. Let's quickly go over the specs so we can get this thing out on the road and test it out. We're going to have 180mm rotors front and rear, paired with dual piston hydraulic brakes. And the brand is going to be called Semi-Log. Bonus points to Victrip for having hydraulic brakes. That's going to give us some really nice braking power. Our wheels are going to be mag wheels. That means there's going to be no spokes and no maintenance on them. We're going to be running some 20 by 4 inch fat tires with some knobby tread. And above that, we're going to have some plastic fenders. Next to our fenders, we're going to have a 2-bulb headlight. This is what the headlight looks like with the garage lights off. Super pinpointed. Both our fenders and light is going to be attached to our forks. These are suspension forks, but they're not going to have any adjustment knobs. On our head tube, it looks like there's going to be a mounting area with 4 holes in it. So it seems like there's going to be an option to put a rack or a basket. Right here you can see there's a lever, and this is going to allow us to fold our handlebars down. The wire management is really nice on this bike. Looks super clean. As for our handlebars, we're going to have some rubber ergonomical grips. And this is our switch that's going to control our headlight, turn signals, and horn. We have our hydraulic brake levers here. They feel very good in the hands. Feels like I'm just hitting a wall, which feels very nice. We're going to have a color display. It looks very nice. It's going to show us 5 out of 5 battery bars, our miles per hour, and our pedal assist modes. And of course, it's also going to show us our trip and odometer. What's interesting is that we also have another keypad, and this is going to be used to turn on and off the bike, change the pedal assist modes, and this light button right here, this actually doesn't do anything because we control our light with this switch. On the right side of our handlebars, we're going to have our standard 7-speed Shimano shifter and a half twist throttle that's going to be combined with a key switch ignition. In the middle of our frame, we're going to have a lever to fold the bike in half, along with folding pedals as well. Let's fold this bike up and see if it fits in my Honda Civic hatchback. First, you got to remove the battery. In order to make it fit, I did fold down part of my car's seats. But look, it fits nicely. Coming over to our seat, we do have a very wide seat with a lot of cushion. This feels very good on the hands, and I'm excited to test this later. More e-bikes should definitely come with saddles that are wide, just like this. Underneath the seat, we're going to have a little lever right here. That's going to allow you to flip the seat over so you can remove the battery much easier. Now, this battery is going to be the star of the show. Coming in at 48 volts, 60 amp hours, that's quite a bit. The online listing for this bike says you can get 180 miles with pedal assist. They also say with throttle only, you can get 120 to 140 miles. That sounds like very optimistic numbers, but stay tuned for the next video I do with this bike because I'm going to be using it to do DoorDash, Uber Eats, and Grubhub, and we're really going to put that battery to the test. On the battery, you're going to have another keyhole, and that's to unlock and lock the battery in. But it's also going to be used to turn it on. So yes, you do have to turn the battery on, and then you can turn on the bike with the key switch. Behind our battery, we're going to have a pretty long rear passenger seat with a nice backrest. The cushion feels really nice, but the only problem is that there's no footrest. On both sides of the swing arm, you're going to have these little mounts, and usually that's where you're supposed to put the footrest. Since we don't have any footrest or pegs, I can't really test out this seat, but it does feel soft. Behind the backrest, we do have a brake light. It's going to light up when you hit the brakes, and there's also turn signals. This is what the tail light looks like in the garage when there's no lights on. This is the brake light and the turn signals. The turn signals look really good at night, but I checked them out during the daytime and it almost looks non-existent. But at nighttime, they work really well. On the other side of the bike, we have our derailleur guard with our Shimano 20 TZ derailleur and our 7-speed freewheel. Most of the time with these e-bikes, I don't even bother shifting gears. But if you do use this bike for food deliveries and you want to really maximize the range, then you can shift through the gears, pedal, and help the battery out. Last but not least, we have a 1000 watt geared hub motor. The online listing says it peaks at 1500 watts. We're running a 25 amp controller, so if you multiply that by a full charge, which is going to be 54.6 volts, that's going to equal a total of 1365 watts. So with the full charge, this motor is going to be peaking at 1365 watts. Alright guys, we're outside on the Victrip Titan S, and we are currently on pedal assist level 1, and we're reaching about 7 miles per hour. The pedal assist speeds are going to match perfectly with the throttle speeds. So let's check level 2. Ooh, there's a big jerk of power right there. I am getting about 13 miles per hour, and it looks like my phone GPS does match up pretty good on the display. Let's go level 3. Level 3 is going to be about 20 miles per hour. I still feel good resistance with the cranks also. Let's see if I start ghost pedaling at level 4. If you guys don't know, ghost pedaling means when you're pedaling and there's no resistance at the cranks. So it is useless to pedal. It shows 27 on display, 25 on GPS. And we were surprisingly still able to feel a little bit of resistance. Let's go to the big street to test out level 5. Now this bike is going to be using a cadence sensor, so that means that even if you feel no resistance while you're pedaling, the motor will still engage and help you out. Alright, let's go level 5, baby! Titan S top speed test! Woo! Display shows 30. GPS is at 28. Oh, it looks like we have cruise control too. So if I let go of the throttle, the bike is gonna keep going. That's gonna be nice for when we use this bike for deliveries and our wrist gets tired. No hands, baby. No hands. Woo! Oh, gotta use your hands to brake. So it looks like our top speed is gonna be 28 miles per hour on the GPS. Okay, we are here at the mall and we're about to do our brake test. The last bike we reviewed, it took us about 5 car spaces to come to a complete stop. So let's see how many spaces it takes for this bike to stop. Okay, so here's the name of the game. There is a Burgundy Scion TC right here to my left, and we're gonna ride at about 25 miles per hour. Once we reach this car at this line, we're gonna hit the brakes and see how many car spaces it takes to come to a complete stop. Okay, here we go. Victrip Titan S brake test. Let's go. It's about 25 miles per hour. And brake. Oh, that was a lot of sliding, but I think we did pretty good. 1, 2, 3, 4. And touching the line going into the 5th space. That is pretty good. Yeah, those brakes feel great. All right, let's head to the park and test out the bike suspension. Even though we don't really have any rear suspension, we still have some suspension forks, and the fat tires should help quite a bit. I do want to say that the handling of this bike, it feels good, but I just feel really tall. When I first got this bike, I thought that maybe because it's a step through, it's gonna be better for shorter riders. And yes, it's gonna be easier to mount and to get off the bike because it is the step through. But the seat is actually pretty high. Here I am at a red light and I have to stop with my toes on the ground. I can't even fully plant my foot. So if you're taller than me, which is 5'6", then this bike is gonna be pretty comfortable for you. And keep in mind, the seat is at its lowest position, so you can make it even taller. All right, here we go. Off-roading test. Woo! Oh. Let's go up this slope. Easy. We're gonna go over the roots of this tree. Oh. Okay, we just rode over the roots of this tree, and the front forks does absorb some of the bumps. For the rear we don't have any suspension, so it's gonna be quite bumpy in the back, but the wide and very cushiony seat plus the fat tires do make it more bearable. I rode over bumps with seats that were more narrow before, and man, that just punches you right in the gooch and it hurts. This one was bearable, so it's not bad. Alright guys, let's wrap up this video here and talk about this bike. There's only a couple of cons that I think are worth mentioning, so let's go over them. And guys, keep in mind I am nitpicking here. Something I think they should include with the bike are going to be foot pegs for your passenger. Like, come on, you have a nice rear seat, a backrest, but nowhere to put your passenger's feet. Now, I did go explore Victrip's website, and you can find the passenger footrest under accessories. Now, the second con is going to be the turn signals back here. Check out how it looks like during the day when I turn it on. I feel like if you're a car behind me, you are not going to see that. And keep in mind, I am in the shade right now, so it's a little bit more visible. But that's going to be it, guys. Everything else I really do like about this bike. Both seats do feel really nice. Like, look at this cushion. This is like a pillow. I really love that this is one of the largest batteries in this class of e-bike at around $1,400–1,500. A lot of other e-bikes in this price range are going to have anywhere from 15 to like 30 amp hours. So this is essentially more than double what you usually see. Like I said before, stay tuned because I'm going to use this bike to do DoorDash, Uber Eats, and Grubhub. Another thing I really like is that they used hydraulic brakes. I tested another e-bike that was very similar to the Titan S, and they did not use hydraulic brakes. So it is really nice to see that Victrip did include this. The mag wheels and the folding capabilities are also going to be a huge plus. So if you guys are interested in this e-bike and you want to check it out for yourselves, please click that link in the description. It helps me out a ton and it is no cost to you. If you guys do want to purchase this bike, use discount code RASPYRISE at checkout for an additional $50 off. So I'm going to end this video here. Thank you to those who stayed till the very end. If you guys have any comments about this bike, leave them down below. Please give this video a thumbs up and a like, subscribe. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.